Ever wonder what keeps organizations truly secure in a world of endless cyber threats? It's not just firewalls or antivirus programs. It's mastering vulnerability management from discovery all the way to fixing. Every system, device, and application hides potential openings for attackers. These openings are what we call vulnerabilities. Think of them as unlocked doors in a digital house. One small gap is all a hacker needs to get inside. So, where do we start? The first step is always discovery. If you don't know what you have, you can't protect it. Asset discovery means listing every device, server, application, and cloud instance your organization owns. It's like creating a detailed map of your digital city. Every street and building represents a system. Every light bulb or door represents a connection or service. You can't defend a city if parts of the map are missing. That's why inventory accuracy is critical. Many organizations struggle because they have shadow IT. These are devices or software added without approval. Each unknown system is a blind spot, and blind spots are where attackers hide. Once assets are discovered, the next step is identifying vulnerabilities. This is done through vulnerability scanning. Scanners check each system for known weaknesses. They compare software versions and configurations against a database of threats. It's like a doctor running a health check to find symptoms before illness develops. But not all scans find everything. There are network scans, agent-based scans, and authenticated scans. Each has its strengths and limitations. Network scans look from the outside, what any attacker might see. Agent-based scans look from the inside, what's running under the surface. Authenticated scans use credentials to dig even deeper. A complete vulnerability picture comes from combining different methods. After discovery and scanning comes analysis. The data collected must be turned into insight. Scanners may find thousands of issues. But not every issue is equally dangerous. Some vulnerabilities have public exploits available. Others are theoretical and hard to exploit. So how do teams decide what to fix first? That's where risk-based prioritization enters. Each vulnerability gets a risk score. Common scoring systems like CVSS help rate severity. They consider factors like impact, exploitability, and context. A vulnerability that grants remote admin access ranks far higher than one that just leaks minor info. But even within high scores, context matters. The same flaw on a public-facing web server poses more risk than on an isolated lab machine. So vulnerability management is really about balancing risk with resources. Organizations can't patch everything instantly. Instead, they focus on what matters most. Next comes communication. Security teams must share findings with asset owners. Each owner is responsible for their systems. They need clear guidance, what the issue is, why it matters, and how to fix it. This step sounds simple, but it's often where the process fails. Information may be too technical or too vague. Good reporting bridges that gap. It turns scan results into actionable tasks. Charts, lists, and dashboards make priorities visible. When everyone sees the same picture, coordination becomes easier. Now we reach the most critical part: remediation. Finding issues is easy. Fixing them is not. Remediation means applying patches, configuration changes, or compensating controls. Patching replaces vulnerable code with secure versions. Configuration changes close unnecessary ports or disable risky features. Compensating controls reduce risk when direct fixes aren't possible. For example, placing a vulnerable service behind a firewall buys time until a patch is ready. Remediation must be tracked carefully. Each fix should be validated. We must confirm that applying the patch didn't break something else. Testing is key before deployment to production systems. Once fixed, assets are rescanned to confirm closure. That's how teams ensure the loop is complete. But vulnerability management doesn't end there. New systems appear, and new flaws are discovered daily. Attackers constantly adapt. This means vulnerability management is a continuous cycle. Discovery, assessment, prioritization, remediation, and validation repeat endlessly. Over time, organizations improve their maturity. They automate discovery scans and patch deployment. Automation makes large environments manageable. It saves human effort for high critical issues. Still, automation alone isn't magic. It needs governance and tuning. Policies define timelines for remediation. For example, critical issues might need fixing within 7 days. High issues might get 14 days. Deadlines keep the process disciplined. Metrics track performance against targets. If teams meet SLAs consistently, risk levels drop. Now let's talk about common challenges. One major challenge is incomplete visibility. Assets appear in cloud environments, remote offices, or personal devices. Without centralized discovery, some assets go unnoticed. Another challenge is patch management complexity. Different systems require different maintenance windows. Some updates need reboots or downtime. Coordination between teams becomes tricky. Then there's vulnerability overload. Thousands of alerts can overwhelm teams. Not all vulnerabilities deserve equal attention. That's why risk-based sorting is essential. It filters noise and highlights what truly threatens the business. Human factors also matter. People may delay remediation due to workload or fear of breaking systems. That's why leadership support is vital. When management backs timely patching, priorities stay aligned. Next, let's look at how tools fit into this process. Modern platforms integrate asset discovery, scanning, prioritization, and ticketing. They pull data from multiple sources. They link vulnerabilities directly to owners and deadlines. Integration with IT service management tools ensures issues are tracked. It's like having an automated assistant coordinating responses across teams. Some tools even predict which vulnerabilities are being actively exploited in the wild. This threat intelligence helps focus on what attackers actually use. The result is a smarter, faster defense. Documentation is also important. Teams must record what was found, fixed, and verified. This builds historical knowledge. It helps during audits and future decisions. Clear records show progress and accountability. Another key factor is timing. The longer a vulnerability remains open, the greater the risk. Organizations track mean time to repair as a metric. Reducing that time improves overall security posture. But remember, speed must not sacrifice stability. A rushed patch can cause outages. That's why controlled rollout plans are best. Now, let's explore continuous improvement. After each remediation cycle, teams review results. What worked smoothly? Where were delays? What tools or processes caused friction? This reflection helps refine the next cycle. Over time, the process becomes faster, leaner, and more reliable. Another layer of improvement is integrating vulnerability management with broader risk management. Technical risks connect to business impacts. A vulnerability in a payroll system links directly to financial risk. Understanding these relationships helps make smarter decisions. Executives see clearer connections between cybersecurity and company performance. Training also strengthens the system. When employees understand the importance of patching and secure configurations, they become allies. Security awareness turns individual actions into a collective defense. Now imagine this process operating smoothly. Every asset is visible. Every vulnerability is assessed. Every fix is tracked. And every result is verified. That's what mature vulnerability management looks like. But it doesn't happen overnight. It takes consistency, culture, and the right tools. Even the best scanner won't help if the data isn't used properly. Technology is just one piece of the puzzle. Process and people complete the picture. Many organizations start with periodic scans, maybe once a month. That's a good first step. But real progress comes with continuous monitoring. Continuous scanning detects changes as soon as they appear. Combining this with automated patching closes gaps faster. For example, when a new system is added, it's automatically scanned and enrolled for patch management. That's proactive security. Let's wrap this into one clear idea. Vulnerability management is not a one-time project. It's an ongoing practice of discovering, assessing, prioritizing, and fixing. When done well, it reduces attack surfaces, minimizes breaches, and builds resilience. It's the invisible foundation of trust in every digital operation. So next time you hear about a breach, remember, it likely started with one unpatched vulnerability. Mastering vulnerability management means not letting that door stay open. The entire journey, from discovery to fixing, is what truly keeps systems safe.